Morning, everybody. Welcome to LockPod, Midwest's most dangerous podcast. It's LockPod After Dark. We got Jenny Craig Brown in studio.
LockPod.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi.
We got Johnny Law Cantrell in studio.
Good morning.
And we got our Titans, John Vesmar and Jill Gajewski in studio, along with the Locomotive. Hi, Jill.
Hey.
What's up, Johnny?
Nothing, man. Or are you talking to me or that one?
I don't know. That's a good
this is
question.
gonna
That's a
get
good
real.
question.
That's Vesmar Key.
Right.
Yeah.
Vesmar, yeah.
There's
And
so
then-
many
That's
J's
my
on the show
Yeah.
today.
Wow, there is a lot of
there
J.
is.
Whoa, I'm sort of out. Good job.
Yeah, well,
I'm
and then there's Tom.
I'm J-less. I'm the last J. And then Kevin Smith's out of studio today. So I was determined to put on an excellent show in Kevin's absence. So
Well,
he
and
feels intimidated about leaving, you know?
we
I gotta
have
do it.
We have this candle lit because Kevin's mom does not let him light the candle when he's in the office.
He doesn't
So
get to use matches.
He doesn't use.
Hi, Mrs. Smith.
Yeah,
I'm
and
We love you, Mrs.
responsible.
Smith.
and you know we
She
had-
listens to every episode.
Oh, that's lovely.
She
Yeah.
does.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's good or bad.
No, I mean she is responsible for. You know, a lot of the moral things that we do because Kevin sits
keeps
on
Kevin
our
in
shoulder.
line.
Yes,
Keeps Kevin in
keeps
line.
Kevin in line, and Kevin sits on all of our shoulders like, don't do that.
Kevin gets
Don't
so
do
nervous.
that. Yeah.
I honestly,
Yes.
that's one of
He's
the
the good
Lockpod
angel, is
secrets.
that what you
Yeah.
just said?
I
He's
could
the good
tell
angel.
because Kevin, like, people don't realize we're like looking at each other and talking with our eyes a lot of the time. Like, that's one thing I'm not sure how many people catch, but like you could tell sometimes when people are talking, Kevin and I will look right at each other and we're like talking to each other with our eyes. Right?
Everybody sees that, Thomas.
So like, do they?
Yeah.
We just thought you were staring longingly,
No.
but
That's
this works
that too. Yeah. But we
Either
could
way.
literally talk to each other with our eyes, and we know it's so
Yep.
crazy. Yeah.
Is he your work wife?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, 100%.
For 20 years, John. You were my work wife for a long time.
No.
Yeah, you were. We were
You
an odd couple.
You were
and
my
I.
work wife, sir.
When we. That's good.
Oh,
Okay,
and
whatever.
now there's a lover's
Whatever.
quarrel.
It's cool. Yeah. We got introduced all the time as John's dad. One time it was a packed courtroom. I'll never forget this. And this is like 25 years ago, or right when we put the law firm together. Packed courtroom. And then we're standing there, and John's dad was super proud of us. We just started a law firm right out of law school, and he wanted to introduce us to this packed courtroom. So he's like, you know, everybody, and nobody knew me, and they knew John. Like, and they're like, this is John and his partner Tom, and everybody's like, hey guys, and we're like, I don't think your dad realized that. You know?
It was more of the reaction from the audience because they were like, oh,
Yeah, like putting it together,
like I was coming out to this courtroom. And
no,
you
because
were
like,
my boyfriend.
I was the clean one for sure. Like, you know,
Clean one.
What do you
I'm a
mean?
clean guy. John is very clean too. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like if you were
No,
you were thin,
I'm not talking like sexual
you
or
were-
anything like.
I was going to ask where that was heading. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Clean,
Like
what does
Craig.
clean sexually mean?
I
like
also
if you're-
that.
if you're
Missionary.
neat- no, if you're, I think he's saying like if you're neat and you're well manicured,
Like
and
you're
he's saying
clean
he's
cut.
the neat one. Yes,
I
I am
think you're
very
saying.
clean cut.
well, that's the
Okay.
Navy. That's the Navy.
Johnny's
And
clean
you
cut
were
too,
not?
right?
I was going to say, yeah.
Johnny, I don't know.
No.
You
I'm
look
not-
very clean cut today. You've
Today,
got-
because I'm
I
on
bet
camera.
John's wild
Are there
underneath,
flowers
man.
on your shirt?
Yes.
This is very
Yes.
clean cut.
Can we get the lights
Stylish.
on?
I was about to say,
Stylish
are we doing
even.
this whole fucking show in
Oh
the
yeah,
dark? Like,
it's romantic, but we don't
it
need
is.
the
Thank
romance.
you.
All right, here we
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently
yeah.
we don't
Woo.
need the
Okay.
romance.
So anyway, we got
Yeah,
the candle
flowers.
kicking.
Look at that.
We got our
I'm a
100.
sensitive fellow.
By the way, Jenny, do you like the smell of the flower?
I do.
The flower, the candle. Yeah,
It smells like flowers.
It does. That's what I'm saying. 140 bucks. We got ripped off. I'm
140
determining
bucks.
that.
Listen,
Can
there's
I-
not a candle in the world.
I know.
Can I say
just
something
saying.
about this?
What's that?
She started this company, and the idea came from a joke. Gwyneth Paltrow started selling candles that smell like her vagina, and that was an idea that took off.
With Jimmy Fallon and her had the idea. The joke. It came up
It was-
on her
yeah.
show. Is it?
This
Do you
com-
know the history of this?
I just very lightly. I know
Right.
where it came
Right.
from, and I know these exist.
Right.
The
That's
company's
all.
the company's
I didn't
worth
realize they were that expensive.
$250 million.
I know, dude.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
140 That thing cost 12 cents to make. I spent 140.
I was going to say
Yeah.
the
Lockpod.
markup's
It's
pretty
crazy.
high.
Yeah, right. Lockpod sponsors.
Is that real? It looks like a knockoff.
Oh, he just.
Are you serious?
Oh,
I don't know. It could be just a sticker.
I mean, because you put a sticker on there, like I can buy that at Target and sell.
Well,
it
let's
and-
pull
yeah.
up what a real one looks like,
Yeah.
and this will solve. we
Wait,
coulda
a
gotten
real
totally-
wait,
Listen,
real
if this was a
real
birthday,
candles.
people would
be
real
really
upset
candles.
right now.
Steve Kellogg ordered this. All right, so like if it's
It's
a knockoff,
fake.
this is totally
it's
Steve's
fake.
fault. We all agree.
If Steve Kellogg ordered it,
Wait,
it's fake.
can you
Oh
take a
my
look?
God.
Can you take a look at
140
this?
bucks we spent on this thing.
Can you take a look at this?
I know it's
you
got
didn't-
bubbles in there.
That's
He
it.
did not
Yeah.
spend 140 on this candle.
Hold
he
it.
spent 140.
John, that does look like it.
8 was on the
Yeah.
candle.
I know, John, but look at the candle in there. It looks
It's
exactly
peeling.
the same.
Is this the quality that you paid for?
No, it's
Like,
not.
what
but-
happened was Steve
And it
is
was open.
$138 richer,
Yeah.
and you have a $2
He,
candle.
like, he went out to Bed Bath & Beyond. Although they're bankrupt now, so you can't do that. That looks exactly the same in our defense.
it does
right?
look the same.
right.
So what's your take, Cantrell and Jenny? I mean,
I think it smells lovely.
does
I
it
feel
s-
it gave a great vibe
I mean,
coming in here.
The person,
Yeah.
the person who took their juices and made this candle. I mean, they have a healthy diet.
It's a flower.
They eat a lot of nutmeg.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Marissa's definitely not listening
Marissa's
anymore.
turning the show off. Marissa's turning the
Marissa,
show
stay
off.
with me. Don't leave me.
Right. So
at the All About the Girls thing, Jenny, do you
Yes.
have giveaway? Do you have like little gifts?
Not
You should
Because this
this.
might be a.
Not
it's a women
this.
empowerment thing. That's
For
what
sure.
it says.
Well, listen. Number one, who's
Everyone
gonna
there
donate
has
a
vaginas
$140
already.
candle?
That's true.
Also,
They don't need to
yeah,
know what it smells
we're
like when
aware.
it's burning.
Yeah, we're really educated in that
This is-
subject. So I don't. I
the
think we're
reason
good.
I wanted this candle is I was told this is what it smells like when it's burning. So,
Yeah, you got to check it out.
right.
hmm
It doesn't smell
It's
like
lovely.
it.
No.
I doubt it. Right.
I have a terrible sense of smell.
Yeah. So, anyway, we're moving
So
on.
who even knows? Yeah,
I
maybe
really
you don't.
You can tell me later.
I got an aggressive agenda today, so I'm going to keep you guys.
Please.
We have a
Okay,
number
no
of things.
sidetracking.
We got a number of things we got to cover, but I did want to point out that Kevin Smith's on injured list for one game. He'll be back soon, but this is an injured studio, Jen. You're walking in. We called
Don't
you
jinx
up.
me.
We called you up to help the main team because the main team's limping. I'm a baseball
Okay.
coach, so bear with me, right? So I got Vez on a cane right now, right?
Okay.
So Vez is on a cane. We got
Wow.
Kevin out, right? Kyle,
Obviously.
day to day would be at best,
Yeah.
right, John?
Yeah.
Kyle's the only ones pulling the show right now are Jill and I.
I was gonna
So-
say I've been here a couple times and I don't know who Kyle is, so that's not a good sign.
That's right.
I don't know who
Yeah.
Kyle is either.
Oh,
yeah,
look, that's
Kyle.
fine.
Some people don't know if he's actually a real person, but he is.
He is real.
Sorry, thank you, John. I agree. I've known Kyle since he was a little boy.
Well, if you're talking about sports, I see this as an opportunity because I think that I should be here more and
Yeah.
Kevin should be here less. So I'm off the bench. Kevin sprained his ankle, so I'm here to
Ah.
try to take more airtime
He
for
just
Kevin.
benched
I like the way.
Kevin, yeah.
But you know what's interesting though? What really ended up happening here is there's another player in AAA that hasn't been getting called up at all. That's Phil Talon.
Yeah.
So what's really going on is Johnny's taking Phil's playing time.
Whoa.
I did lobby
Ooh,
for
this
Jay
just got
Law
deep.
over there.
But
You what?
I was lobbying for him.
For Phil?
No, for
You did.
Yeah,
By the way,
I
Jill
heard you,
did.
so I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
Jill
I heard-
did. She said you have a whole different vibe in the studio, and she was indirectly
Ooh.
talking shit about Phil Talon. That's why I took it.
Dude.
This is what I think.
50% of that is true.
Phil could figure out which part.
Oh, poor Phil.
I was hoping Phil was going to be here because I like our vibe together. Like if you listen to the show where I don't know if you listened, but it was the show where we did the trivia contest about you.
Oh yeah, I listened.
Yeah, I mean we had, like,
the one where all the trivia
they
questions
were all
were
wrong.
fucking wrong.
I
we should
won,
have
so I
done that
don't
with
think-
Kevin.
I
Kevin's gone.
By the way, like when I fail my own trivia test, and it's about me. That's when the trivia test is messed up. I think we all agree.
well, why did you ask Marissa?
I don't know the answers. I'm like, what the,
Why did you?
Oh, I heard it.
Yeah.
I heard it.
You should ask Kevin for the answers, not Marissa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
should.
yeah, maybe. Or him. Now I work.
Johnny
work
Law.
wife.
Johnny
work
Law and I.
wife. Yeah.
Johnny Law and I met when we were in law school.
1997.
I feel
Yep.
like he would know the answers too. Maybe.
Yeah, no.
Maybe
seriously.
it's a good option
Yeah.
for future.
You know where we met? I
No.
know, Johnny knows. U.S. Attorney. We were both.
I was like,
working
wait,
in
did you say that earlier?
U.S.
Did I miss
Attorney's
it?
office.
We had an
were,
internship together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
like you would and Jill.
How old were you guys?
I was older than John. I was probably 28, and John was 22, 23.
Yeah.
Still older than him, huh?
But like
Yeah.
the crazy thing is, because U.S. Attorney's office, very stiff place to work.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
I can
still
only
is.
imagine.
I can safely say it's probably still a stiff place to work, right?
Yes.
So Johnny and I are in there, and I was disgruntled because I was working for free,
Okay.
and then I find out my partner in crime, Johnny Law, is getting money. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, you're getting paid and I'm working for free? So I had a freaking chip on my shoulder the whole summer, right?
Yeah, but not against me, which I
No,
appreciate.
no, we loved
But
each
yeah,
other.
Yeah, but
I actually went and asked for money and all that. It's like, I'm
I was-
like, what the hell?
Like, wait,
he's making money
getting
and I'm
money.
not.
Can
like,
I have some too.
right?
Well, I applied first, and that's how I ended up getting it. It was,
Okay.
like,
It was,
by
like,
3 days. It was
significant.
like by 3 days.
So-
I applied first.
So the whole
yeah.
summer I was sort of pissy, being honest,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I implemented something that lasted for a long time at the U.S. Attorney's office. Total stiff place to work, right? And we all get together. It was you, me, and a few other interns. And we're like, on Friday, we're all showing up in casual clothes. We're not wearing a suit. And that was a big goddamn deal.
Oh.
So we all showed up, and the actual U.S. attorneys are looking at us like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like,
Did you
"It's
just
Casual
wake up?"
Friday," and they didn't mess with us, and we did
Really?
it.
They let it happen.
We implemented it.
It became
I
a
mean,
thing, yeah.
yeah.
It did become a thing.
By the end of the summer, it was a thing.
That was a
We
ballsy
forced
thing,
it.
by the way. Like for U.S., the U.S. Attorney's Office is total stiff. You don't see people wearing slacks and
Like
stuff.
there's no jeans on Friday.
So-
yeah.
But on like the first time Tom declared it, and then he came in, and then everybody's like, "Oh shit, he was serious." And so then like, the next Friday, like I have my tie loosened up a little bit, and I'm like, that's as crazy as I got. But speaking of the U.S. Attorney's Office, what do you think is going to happen to the Donald?
I think he's going to jail, John. I was going to ask you that question because a lot of people are of the opinion that he's going to. The only thing I could see happening is if he does run for president and win, that's the only thing that keeps him out of jail, because once he becomes president, he could pardon himself. And I'm not being funny by saying that. He could literally win the presidency and then say, "I am absolved of all crimes."
He would 100% do that.
Oh, there's no doubt.
100%.
Jill, there's no doubt. But he would still be jammed up on state crimes, though, right, John?
Oh yeah.
Well, although they would have a problem then at that point. Like if New York wanted to put him in jail, or if Georgia wanted to put him in jail, then you have a problem, like a federalism problem, right? You can't, as a state, put the president in jail. So, like, he would avoid jail time if he got elected president. And I agree with Jill. He would do it in a hot New York minute.
He's better off if he gave his support to somebody like DeSantis, and he said, "I'm going to bring you all my people. You take your people plus my people, and I'll have them all support you, and you give me a pardon." That's if he
Can
was
you
smart,
not
he would
give
do
him
that.
ideas? Like, we don't know that he's not listening.
That's a great idea.
Wow.
He's going to Google Gwyneth Paltrow's
By the way-
vagina, and this is going to come up.
John?
And he's going to listen. Yeah,
That's a great idea.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, because Trump, I don't think could possibly win. I just don't see it. I mean, obviously, there's people that would disagree with me.
But do you think that the sharks are in the water, the vultures are here, within so the Trump's lawyers are having this meeting with the U.S. attorneys. They went in there and the cameras are following them.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, Pence decides to run. Like everybody's jumping into the race because they all knew that he already got indicted. So like the inner circles knew. So like Trump's
Yeah,
indicted.
Christie.
It's not even an outed. Yeah, Christie and
yeah, we
and
covered
Pence.
covered him on a couple shows ago.
Yeah, I like Christie too. But when
But
those
you do.
You do?
like- I know. I do too.
Yeah, I mean,
if you
he's
had to pick
he's
your
a good
candidate in
he's
that,
a good leader.
I think he'd be. I like the communication style he has. I
Yeah.
think that's awesome. I mean, that's you don't see that really from federal candidates. Other
37 counts of this, okay? And so, you have all these witnesses and all these different things. So if you have 37 counts, you're talking like a 2-month-long trial. So you make the average citizen and, the jury selection, it's going to, how are they going to find somebody that
Doesn't know Donald.
hate Trump or
Right.
doesn't love
You're
Trump?
right, man.
Who are you going to get? Like
so that's-
undecided voters?
So you're
or
saying
independent voters?
jury selection is going to take weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
jury-
down in
no
Florida.
So I mean, it's down in the southern district of Florida where Miami is. The population isn't super white down there, so I mean, it's not the best place for him to try the case.
Very
for
Cuban,
sure.
very Cuban, very heavy immigrant.
Yeah,
very
a lot
heavy,
of Democrats.
When I'm Mercer and I go to South Beach, I love it. I love South Beach. But you literally feel like you're in a foreign country. You'll hear Russian, you'll hear
Everything.
Spanish. You'll hear everything.
Super diverse.
It is super diverse, super
So
cool.
is-
Obviously very.
Didn't he show up at a Cuban restaurant
Yeah.
after and like bought the place out?
No. Did
Well,
you see what he did? It's
yeah.
hilarious. You got
You-
to
Joel,
talk
did
about
you
that.
hear-
It's classic.
Say it, John.
He came in and said, "Food for." He came into Donald Trump came into this Cuban restaurant in Miami. Said, "Food for everybody, food for everybody." Everybody's like, "Yay!" They all get in line, and he dips and he left. He did not buy one person any food at all. He left before they could even order.
Sue me, he said
Yeah.
on the way out the door. No,
Yeah.
he didn't say that. That was
No, but everything.
I don't want
else,
you to-
Get in
everything else
line.
is- everything else
Get in
is
line
true.
and sue me.
You're right.
So you get 12 average people who are going to be jurors in this case, and they sit there for 2 months, and they go through 37 counts. They're going to give him a pass?
John.
He's going to get
John,
convicted.
give me the timeline on this trial. When does this trial go down? So we're talking about the criminal trial in Florida. Obviously, if Trump wants it to go quick, it could go quick, but I don't think he wants it to go quick, right?
He could make it real quick. He could
Right.
turn himself into jail, and then he has to have a trial in 90 days. So
right.
he can get a trial
So this
in
whole
3
thing would be
months.
done in 3 months.
Yeah.
If he wanted it to.
Turns himself in.
But he doesn't want it done because he doesn't want anything done before Election Day because he wants to pardon himself, right?
Sure.
Right.
So like he's going to delay this past the election, right?
All day.
Okay. So every chance they get to delay the trial, they're going to delay the trial.
Going to file interlocutory appeals in the middle of the, just like the pendency of the case, getting ready to go to trial.
Just to push it past election day.
For sure. And, his attorneys come in and we're like, we have to sift through, two Ryder trucks full of discovery.
It's gonna take
they
us
brought
forever,
us.
right?
Yeah. So, I mean.
And he has to have his day in court. So like we have to do an adequate preparation for his defense, and it's going to take us months and months, right?
Just ballparking it next summer.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, so you think it'll go next summer?
Mm-hmm.
That's right in the middle of the election.
Yeah. Like that's where it should be, but with stall tactics, they can get past it. But if
how long could you stay a federal trial? I mean, how long can you delay a federal trial?
Not long. Not long at
So
all.
do you think he could delay it past November of 2024?
Yes, but with good stall tactics, he's going to fire his attorneys a couple times. That's going to switch, and they'll be like, "This is a complicated case. We're starting from the ground."
So he
up."
fires his attorneys, and that.
That's a stall tactic for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you think that's definitely going to happen? You heard it here, by the way. This is good stuff because when this happens, we're going to play this tape back. And we're going to make you look either excellent or we're going to make you look foolish.
Oh, no.
Or you just gave all the ideas, and that's why it does.
That's right.
Ooh,
Johnny's going to get hired.
Trump's
like, who is this guy on Lock
Would you represent Trump
I mean,
if he came to
Hell yeah, John would. John would. I know John.
I do bad things for money for sure, but
You represent like bad guys. Like, why wouldn't you represent a former president? Would you? First off,
he would have to.
Donald
pay
Trump
me,
hires you.
He would have to pay me all the money up front because he stiffs every single lawyer. If you
Okay.
just look, Donald Trump
gives
lawyers.
you. He says, "I'm going to give you $200,000." He pays you up front to represent me in.
That doesn't seem like
Federal
much.
No.
That's definitely not all the
You
money.
need like a
That's
mill.
all he's got.
You need like a mill, like down payment.
So
200,000. You're going to be working for a year. That's a pretty solid year. One client. You're still going to do your other stuff on the side.
Well, I would be in Miami. How would that happen?
Well, you have Kristen, the other half of Cantrell and Cantrell.
First of all, my wife would have to agree to it, so double whatever the fee is.
So you're saying no?
I mean, not for $200,000. No.
All right, Donald Trump. Sorry, we tried to help you.
Wow.
Give me 8.
You heard it here.
Give me 8.
Cantrell and Cantrell turns down representing Donald
Maybe
Trump.
Kuklaka's Law will represent him.
Kuklaka's Law would do it all day.
What's going to be my
Smith Sarsick would be a big no too.
What's going to be my hotel bill in Miami for 2 months?
Well, you'd have to stay at a nice place. Okay, $200K plus expenses.
All inclusive.
Ooh.
I'm going to need 5 in expenses.
How far is that from Mar-a-Lago? Like, can't you just stay there?
Not staying
in
there.
the theater.
Not staying there.
You'd have to stay there. That's where the crime.
I do want to use that bathroom with all the boxes in it. That's
Donald
a
Trump
beautiful
would give you free room and board at Mar-a-Lago.
No.
This is starting to sweeten up. Okay, $350.
I'm not being. I'll represent him, but
$350.
I'm not staying in his house. I mean,
It's not his house.
I have a lot of
Mar-a-Lago.
clients, but I don't want to go to their house and stay with them.
All right, let's move on. We got a lot of stuff to cover. So, hey, have you ever been to Cincinnati, Jenny?
No, I haven't. I've been close by, but never to.
Jill?
Nope.
John?
Yes.
I have a friend from
What'd you do
there.
in Cincinnati, John?
I saw a concert.
Yeah, where?
Blue October. House of Blues.
Okay,
Is it a British band? Let me guess.
Blue October.
No,
No, that's heavy
they're
metal,
not.
right?
Oh,
Kind of like.
Isn't that Steve Kellogg band too?
Yeah, that's
I was
Steve.
gonna
Went with
say,
Steve.
I wouldn't call
Yeah.
it heavy
I
metal.
think it was
is it?
It's not.
Cincinnati.
I
No,
thought it
it's
was.
not
heavy
heavy
I think
metal.
it's soft metal.
It's kind of like
Sorry.
Creed
Like
or
heavy metal?
something.
Yeah.
No,
I wouldn't call it metal.
I used to listen to
Not
a
at
lot of
all.
heavy metal when I was young and angsty.
Okay,
Now I listen to happy music.
Joe, what's
mostly.
in your
Like T.
what are you listening to right now? If I turned on your car, what would turn on? Music.
Like what station?
Ooh, I
Or
like this
what's
question.
on my Spotify?
Whatever. Like whatever.
Whatever.
Like the first song would pop
Whatever.
up. What would it be?
I've been listening to a lot of Vance Joy for
Ooh, that's
whatever
good.
reason.
Okay, I'm with her.
What
I'm
do
in
you,
that
what's the
world.
first one?
Mine would be Joe Hurtler, which is probably not, it's a little band, but
Okay.
it's kind of indie rock
Okay.
stuff.
Jay Vez.
DC Talk.
Wow, I don't know.
That's
any
what I
of
was
these
listening
bands.
to on the way here.
Is
They're
that-
an old
is that a
school
band?
Christian.
Old, right?
They're an old school Christian pop rock band.
I'd say
Yeah.
if
I'm shocked.
If
Yeah.
you talked about the last thing I've
Love
been
'em.
listening to for the last 3 months, it'd be the Pitch Perfect 1, 2, and 3
Shut the
soundtrack.
fuck up, dude. Are you serious?
Shut the front door.
Shut up.
I have an 8-year-old daughter. Like I don't
Oh
get to
my
pick
gosh.
music ever. Yes.
All right.
Okay,
But if
next
if
video.
you were picking the music,
I don't
Yeah.
get to pick. We
That's
listen
not
to a
what
lot
I
of-
asked
no
you.
opinion anymore.
No.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
I mean,
Mine would be a Grateful Dead, of course. You turn it on, and it would be
Obviously.
right in the middle of some 20-minute jam. Right.
I listen to 104.3 like old school rap.
okay.
Do you?
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your favorite rapper?
I mean, LL is like something that
That's
I
awesome.
grew up
He's
with.
a guy-
Yeah, like,
he's a guy.
like I had a few tears in my eyes because when you used to talk about I'm going to bring this amazing concert venue to this spot. And you used to say that. I'd be like, why is he telling people that? That's never going to happen. And then you're like, we're going to have, grade A acts here. And I'm like, your vision became truth.
I know. It
And,
wasn't in the
like,
exact
I was tearing
location.
up at LL. I'm like, I cannot believe where I'm at and LL Cool J's here. Like,
That was
a
cool.
special
You know,
moment.
when I brought LL Cool J to Hammond, it was very controversial, and he is the lightest. He barely cusses in a song.
Him and
And
Common
he's
are
so
like,
chill,
yes,
yeah.
Dude, LL's, I wouldn't even, I don't even think he's like a rapper nowadays. Like, you
I
look
mean-
back,
He's
it's
an
more
artist.
art,
He's
right?
an artist.
Yeah.
But like,
he's
I'm
an
bringing
art-
Lil
that's a great
Wayne.
way to
No,
say it.
Lil Wayne's a rapper.
He's a
Like,
rapper,
he's gonna,
yeah.
there's gonna be
Yeah.
some swear words going on.
Dude,
that
I
night.
gotta jump in here. There is a friend of Jenny's in chat from Cincinnati.
I said that. Yeah, I've got a friend. Her name's
Wow.
Deanna.
I was
right?
just in
That's
her
who it
city.
is.
She's in the
Deanna.
chat.
That's my friend
Yeah.
Deanna.
Deanna.
She's very wild. Deanna Grimes.
I was just in Cincinnati. It's gorgeous.
She goes back often. I think she likes it. She knows all of like the chili rules.
Yeah,
Like
dude, there was chili everywhere.
it's a whole thing.
Like, everybody's
she'll
eating
fill
chili,
you
and I
in.
love chili,
She's
but
like
I
the pro.
thought that
She
was
knows
weird.
it. She understands it.
I was at a dead show. It just didn't seem appropriate to chow on chili.
I mean,
I feel like there's no rules at a dead show.
Wait.
Don't eat chili.
There's like
That's
special mushrooms in
Don't
the
eat-
chili.
yeah.
Like,
Oh
that'd be the
my
best
God,
place.
you told me
that would
that,
be the
right?
best place to eat
best
chili.
chili
On
ever.
Tuesday. So Marissa and I went to the Cure on Saturday, and I love the Cure, right? But I was like tearing up a little bit because I was missing the Dead on Saturday, and the thing is about
I
the
thought
Dead,
you were being sweet.
I was being sweet, and when I bought the tickets, it was very sweet because I knew I would miss the second
Yes.
day of the Dead.
Very
And the
nice.
thing about the Dead is they never repeat their songs. So when you go to 2 shows in a row, when they play the first show, you have a pretty damn good idea what you're going to hear in the second show. And they did great on Friday. It was an epic show. But the songs they didn't do, I was like, oh my God, like I'm going to miss the best show. And I looked at the set list after. So I was sitting at the Cure with Marissa, and I was it was a great show, and the Cure sounds awesome, okay? Like, I loved it, and that's a show that Marissa and I fell in love to. So, like, we grew up listening to the Cure as a couple. So it was important to her. I went. But I was like plotting how am I going to get back, and I knew that on Tuesday my calendar was open and the Dead was playing in Cincinnati, so I was like, hey honey, I'm going to go to Cincinnati and see the Dead, and I met with state rep down there, and I picked up Zach on the way, and it was a gorgeous little city, man. I loved it. I've never been in downtown Cincinnati before, and it was excellent.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
That's good.
The football field's right on the river. Baseball stadium's right on the river. The highway goes underneath it. Like Lakeshore Drive is on the street level. In Cincinnati, you go underneath it so that the downtown could walk right over to all the fields. It's perfect.
Cool.
It's like that's
great.
what Chicago should have done. Is like drop below, like little lower whacker kind of stuff when you get near the field. So it's all on the same level there. Loved it. Cincinnati's gorgeous, and the Dead was awesome.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
You feel like you didn't get the same show you got Cincinnati.
I'll be
show.
honest with you. I haven't seen my favorite songs yet, and I've seen 4
Ooh.
songs.
I was just going to
4
ask how many
concerts.
you've seen them 4 times. Okay.
No, this year I've
Oh. What's the total? Do you know? You probably said this 100 times.
less. No, I've probably over 20. Dead and Company.
I've always heard Cincinnati called the Dirty Natty, but I don't really know
Really?
why. Yeah, so
I didn't see that. I
Ask
didn't see
Deanna.
that.
Deanna, why is it
Okay.
called that?
Yeah,
She'll
just-
probably know.
Deanna, is it Dirty
When you
Natty?
get the answer, Vesmar, can you tell us?
Thank you
later
for
on?
listening
Yeah.
from Cincinnati. We appreciate that. So, anyway, Pride event at the White House. I got us bouncing, guys. I'm gonna keep
Oh,
us.
no, you're fine.
I'm gonna challenge you guys today with.
Yes.
This is a Pride event goes wrong.
Nasty, natty.
Oh.
Right. So Joe Biden, obviously a supporter of LGBTQ rights, just like most Democrats. 99.9% of Democrats support LGBTQ rights, just like myself. Obviously, Pride Week was this weekend. I know in Indianapolis they had the Pride Parade. I couldn't attend, unfortunately. The White House held a Pride event also, of course. Joe Biden's a huge supporter. He invites members of the LGBTQ community, and a famous trans influencer shows up and disgraces herself a little bit. I'm trying to be nice about this. So this is the video.
Let's let the viewers decide.
Okay, but I'm going to translate it, okay?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
for the people that are streaming. So go ahead, John.
Thank you. Can we take a little video? Hi, Mr. President. It is an honor. Trans rights are human rights.
Okay, stop.
Whoa.
So this is where it gets out of hand. Now this trans influencer decides to go topless right in front of the White House at the event. And you could turn it off, John. I mean, but like, I'm not, because I'm not trying to make people feel uncomfortable, but it's
Sure.
just, that's the issue is this appropriate behavior? Is it, obviously it's not appropriate behavior, but obviously Fox News was all over this.
Because she flashed her bosoms on the White House lawn.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, what? But is it in the White House proper? Did she go out in front of it and take a picture of it?
The picture that we were just looking at, that the streamers can't see right now, was a camera right in front of her, right in front of the arches of the White House. Okay. And so she's doing it, obviously, because she wants to make herself famous. She's not doing it. She's disgracing the White House, in my opinion.
Maybe it's a protest. Maybe this is...
It's not a protest. I don't think it's a protest.
She's trying to
John?
What about... Sometimes you protest to highlight...
John?
Inequities.
Yeah, John Vesmar?
Hey, could you... Yeah, John.
Yes.
Yeah. Could you turn that off?
Oh.
Thanks. Sorry. it's
what?
Annoying.
Dude,
it's annoying to look at.
They're really well done, man. What do you want me to
I know,
say?
okay.
There's
it's
boobs, there's a vagina
I'm trying to,
today.
I know, I'm trying to do a show here, and John's got
Here, look at me.
They're flashing, right? Yeah, so, what
free
do you
the
think?
nipple, man.
Vesmar, what do you think about this?
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
I had
the White House in the background.
But, do you agree this isn't Biden's fault? I don't blame Biden for this.
It isn't Biden's fault?
I do not blame Joe Biden for this.
Of course it's the administration's fault.
So, no matter what,
you bring this stuff into the White House, what is
this stuff?
You bring people with boobs?
Right. He supports LGBTQ.
You guys, it's not just
but how is Joe Biden
and toleration anymore. It's
how is Joe
this
Biden to blame?
Flagrant,
but how is he to blame?
Stuff.
How is he to blame for this?
He's not to blame. That's just her feelings. If it was a woman and she was trying to draw attention to breast cancer awareness and try to raise funding for that, and she raised $200,000 within her circle because she's got a bunch of influencers, and that's what she did. It's just people trying to highlight things, and maybe that's not the best way to do it. But if a woman did it to protest, if this young woman wanted to do it in a protest, she gets to feel her feelings. It's in front of the White House. It got a bunch of attention, so maybe it was a personal agenda, or maybe it was for a greater good. I don't know.
Okay. But I don't think it's Joe Biden's fault.
It's not Joe Biden's fault.
No.
No.
How can Joe Biden keep people from flashing somebody in front of the White House? Yeah, that's
he could invite any woman to the White House, and if they flash, they get charged or whatever, But I don't think that's the president's fault personally. And he does support LGBTQ. He does support trans rights. There's no doubt about it. That's why this woman was there in the first place. And if she makes a decision as an adult, I don't think Joe Biden could be blamed for that.
No,
I just think it's so. All right, let's move on.
They're just boobs.
John, there's something.
Just boobs.
John, there's an article that came out that I thought about you right off the bat. I read this article and I thought about John right away because John sent me the article. Actually, it's an article about Taylor Swift Eras tour. About a 28-year-old from Minnesota who was in section 239 of Chicago's Soldier Field Taylor Swift Eras tour, and he was totally planning out his bathroom visit. He was like, I'm going to go right before she comes on. I'm a man. And it's 99% women here, so I should be able to walk right in. And his plan was foiled. And he almost went to the bathroom in his pants. So that's what the article was about, basically. But
it was an article about what we talked about on Lockpot, really, about how women took over the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And this is some guy from Minnesota who's...
How do they take it over? They just ignore the sign. They just take it over.
And security standing there no, women can't come in here. And everybody just walks right past them and he's trying to stop them. And then they walk through the outdoor. It's just we're not hearing you. You're not standing here. It really
Unless you're going to start arresting people who are not listening.
Now, they had a lady who was guarding one of the men's bathrooms, and nobody was messing with this lady. This lady, obviously, you could tell that she meant business, and she had a pretty good bark, and this was at Soldier Field.
So if you took Mimi in, no, that's not a big deal. They would let you do that.
Absolutely. No, nobody stopped me.
Okay.
Yes.
So they were more concerned with just women just taking over the bathroom. Because honestly, if you're planning your bathroom trips out, and you're like, okay, I got to go now, and then I'm going to be perfect for the rest of the show. And then all of a sudden, there's a half-hour line of women in front of the men's room. That could be problematic.
It was more like an hour line for the women in front of the men's bathroom. But
an hour line for the men's bathroom with women.
Yeah.
So if you walked in and said, I have to use the urinal, you could walk right past the line.
But that's what you had to say. I'm just going to use a urinal, and they're like, what about her? I'm like, she's going with me. We're coming back from the concession stand. I got to pee. I'm literally arguing with ladies who took over the men's bathroom to get.
They're yelling at you, and
then
you're rightfully in the right place.
Yeah, but I'm taking my daughter in there to pee, so I was peeing in a urinal, and I'm lying, and then we just went into the line. So, you know.
Wow.
It's anarchy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we get
It is
I've been in
anarchy.
the bathroom lines where there's no one in the boys' bathroom and the girls' bathroom is full.
Yeah.
So
Have you
I
ever
get how
done-
it gets to this.
have you ever done that?
100%.
So you went in the men's room before?
But never in something like this.
I
Number
don't
one,
care if
if it
women
was
are in
this
there.
busy, I wouldn't want to go in there.
But
No
it-
offense,
it's,
but
it's silly. Like every stadium knows this is coming.
Thank you. This is
Close
what
a
I was
bunch of the
gonna say.
men's.
That's what
close-
they're starting to do now.
Yeah, you
yeah.
they're converting
it's
men's
always this
room.
way.
should
Like,
be 75-25, but or,
Right.
or
I have
less.
to sit to pee, you guys.
Yeah, it should
I
be
have-
90-10.
It's
By the
gonna
way,
take longer.
put a bunch of porta potties out
Put
there
more
too for
women's
men.
bathrooms.
They
Like,
did.
why are we not
They did.
building?
Like I would pee in a
facilities
porta
like this by
potty.
now?
Peeing is very easy for men. We all
Yeah.
agree, right?
Yeah.
So, Jill, you ever use a men's room?
No, but I have a very good bladder. I'm,
Oh,
not,
really?
I'm not that girl that has
I'm
to pee
super
every
jealous.
hour.
So, like at the Dead Show in Cincinnati, we had shitty seats. I was in $100 seats, but it was awesome. I'm gonna start doing
Didn't
this
matter,
more.
right?
So, like the show started, and the Dead will go freaking 3.5 hours, right? So I like went right before, and then I made it through the whole damn show. I was so proud of myself. I wasn't
Nice.
drinking alcohol at all. I had a bottle of water. I was barely drinking it. I did the whole show. It
How?
was pouring rain, dude. I was like determined because I knew if I left that spot, because I was in GA. And I was in a good spot, and I'm like, if I leave this spot, I'm never getting back here. So I just
Tom,
made it.
you're like a hardcore festival guy. Like I feel like
I'm a dead
through
fa-
the
I'm a
Dead,
deadhead. Yeah.
you could literally make it at
Oh,
like
yeah.
any Lollapalooza,
Oh, how about this?
Coachella.
Oh,
It does not
I do that.
matter.
I'm
You
going
can
to
do it.
Lala. I'm going to go see
Are you?
Kendrick Lamar and Red Hot
Okay.
Chili Peppers. But I'm going to see Billy Strings. I'm taking Marissa
Ooh,
and my son Tommy this
great.
weekend. Have you ever seen
That's
him?
awesome. No, I know of them, but I've never seen
Yeah.
them.
Have you seen him, Jill?
He's hot at the minute.
Dude,
like,
we could have
Yeah,
got him a
super
couple
hot.
years ago, and he's on fire now, man.
He
Yeah.
when we went to the conference in Nashville in October, that's all. He was the only one that everybody was talking about.
I agree. He's like, and Deadheads love him. So, like, I'm wearing my Dead shirt and going this weekend. So, John, you ever see him?
Nope.
He seems like the kind of guy you would like, in my opinion.
Is he British?
No.
Is it an old Christian
John
rock
Dislove
band?
is British. Hey, Johnny, let's do some ads. We'll come back. You're going to tell us about the Lake County Jail, and I'm going to ask you about what's going on with Daniel Perry.
Yeah.
Going to kick you out, do ads, and then Zach's going to come in,
Nice,
okay?
yeah.
So let's do some ads real quick. We don't have ads.
Oh, there's some papers there. Is that
Okay.
ads?
Kevin does the ads. Holy shit.
Oh, do you want me to read something? Look.
Okay, let's just, I'm
I
going to
need
start
to be a
cranking these
better
out. I'm going to
Kevin.
do some old ads here.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Those old?
Tortillas Nuevo
They're the
Leon.
same.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
The Bug Guy Pest Control. Warmer temperatures mean unwanted guests such as ants, spiders, wasps, mosquitoes, and more. Shut down their party before they get started. A comprehensive pest plan from the Bug Guy will help you enjoy the great outdoors as well as the indoors all summer long. To solve your pest problem or start a preventative plan, call the Bug Guy today and tell the pests he's on the way. Call Brian at 219-810-7481. Calumet Brewing. Whether you're on the golf course or just spending a day in the sun, Michelob Ultra with only 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a 4.2 ABV is the perfect beer for a summer day. Michelob Ultra brews a light lager that's worth every sip. So no matter if you're kicking back after a long workout, a pickup game at the park, or a day on the fairways, you're sure to enjoy this great light beer. Don't just drink it, enjoy it. Enjoy the Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly. Powering America. Looking for a new career in 2023? Earn a competitive wage while you gain valuable hands-on experience as an electrician. Did we mention employer-paid benefits, including health insurance, pension, and an annuity? If so, visit JACT697.org. That's JACT697.org. Sponsored by Powering America. Byway Brewing. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and an outside patio. Our brewing equipment offers a unique backdrop for your private events like weddings, reunions, or corporate parties. Byway is conveniently located just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Come on by and enjoy Byway's award-winning beers and unbeatable menu. For more information, check out bywaybrewing.beer. That was the fastest ad in
Great.
the history of Lockpod. Whew! All right.
Whistle, whistle.
Let's keep going.
All right.
Okay, John, there was a fire at the Lake County Jail this week. Can you tell us about this?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a crazy national story.
Totally nuts.
Somebody came in, doused the lobby
Ooh.
with flammable material and set it on fire. And Johnny, you know the inside scoop on this?
Yes,
Johnny spends a lot of time at Lake County Jail representing some of our finest residents of the region. Could you tell me a little bit about this situation? So we're looking right now. He's dumping
So
accelerant all over the lobby.
So first of all, I want to, and this is something that Kevin and Tom all wanted to talk about. Lockpot has a super fan. She's the #1 fan, Laura
Lunks Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was working at the front counter. She's behind the bulletproof
So she
glass.
sees
I
there.
see her right there.
Yes, she's behind bulletproof glass.
Look at this, Laura,
And
right
he's
here.
Right there.
And
yeah.
he's
What the hell?
and this guy's talking about like the Governor Holcomb, Biden,
Dude, that's her right there.
the sheriff. Everybody's out to get me. And this guy, he's a really bad arsonist. He almost lights himself on fire, and then he has to jump over the fire to get out. He didn't give himself a place to exit. Really poor arsonry. But
Oh my goodness, dude, that is so crazy. I've never seen this
Holy.
video.
No, wait, watch to the end. Yeah, the whole lobby is on fire, and then he blocks his exit. And luckily he's a really good athlete because look at this jump.
Oh,
Bam!
God.
He jumped all the way over the
Oh
fire.
my
I would have been
god!
on fire.
It doesn't even look real. So he's
But it's like burning. Like you could tell it's fire. There's nothing really flammable in the lobby.
No, it's all like
No.
concrete.
It's like burning
Metal,
on top
yeah.
of.
Well, if
It's
Right.
just burning.
you,
the
you see
accelerant.
all those chairs, they're all bolted to the floor. There's nothing you can even throw in there. Like it's a really, really safe, good environment.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude,
Mhm.
that's crazy. That's a huge fire.
Okay.
Is there not a sprinkler system in there?
There is, it's just not on yet. But listen, people are like, where are all the police? And so what you don't understand, the lock in the jail to get out, it has a safety mechanism. So the jail, the first door opens, and so there's like a foyer. So the two doors never open up at the same time. So if you're trying to escape and you get the one door open, you cannot open this door. So this door has to close before this one opens. So you have like about maybe a 90-second delay at the fastest because this sliding door has to open and then close before this one can open. So if you got 19 cops coming out of the jail, he's got a 90-second head start.
So did he get in a car and get
Wow.
away?
He got a car. He was in there for about 17 seconds, got in the car and left. So,
So by the time they see him, and then
yeah, so there's a lot of people who have some issues with the jail, and they have some mental health issues. And so, there was a bunch of suspects.
Tell you what, man, John, if I love the sheriff. I would be so freaking pissed if this happened in Hammond Police Department. I'd be so offended as the mayor.
Yes.
I'd be so freaking pissed
How
at my
could-
staff.
Well,
I'd be like, how the hell does
But how
this
could you
happen?
how could you prevent that, Tom?
Well, you know how I'd prevent it in Hammond? I have an actual officer you walk by as soon as you walk in the building.
Yeah.
You
I was
walk
gonna
by
say,
a live human being.
There's no one in this.
Dude, there's nobody in this
Nobody.
room.
No.
To get into my police department, there's an actual police officer sitting right there. So, like, if he was dumping accelerant, my officer would tase his ass. Like, it would have never happened. No offense to the sheriff. I'm not trying to make the sheriff look bad. I'm sure the sheriff's super pissed about this because this is embarrassing to the Lake County sheriffs.
But you have to have a safety mechanism with a door system that can't let people escape from the jail. But it also prevents officers from getting out of there to come in there. So it's like kind of a double-edged sword.
So what's
I'm not
this
trying to,
about?
and like, I'm not
no,
trying to.
no,
I love
I know.
Oscar.
Yeah.
I love Oscar, and I'm sure I'm sure he's fired up about this because you understand what I'm saying. Is
Oh, yeah.
If that guy walked into Hammond Police Department, dumped accelerant all over the place, and set it on fire, I'd be like, what are we going to do to make sure this never happens again?
So everybody in the jail, including Superfan Laura, got an award from the county council and the commissioners. They really were excited that people took action and the fire got extinguished and there was not a ton of damage.
All right, let me read their names off.
Yeah.
Specifically, the resolution that recognizes these following employees for heroism, basically. Assistant Warden Kimberly O'Connor. Sergeant Paul Shorrell. Officer Zachary Collins. Officer Ryan Leone. Officer Roderick Shannon. Officer Richard Stirk. And clerks Laura Lukes Wilson.
Boom!
Yeah!
Lockpot super
Yeah,
fan.
Laura. There you go, chick. And then clerk Caitlin Wasner. Caitlin.
Kaylin
Kaylin.
Wasner.
We appreciate you also, but Laura is a super fan of the show, and she's a hero.
Yes.
Yes.
Look
Good
at that
job,
good
Laura.
news.
Let me tell this story real quick, and then I got to roll out to court.
Okay.
But what happens is, there's some people who don't like the jail, so they put guys who they thought might have done this and matched the description, and some people picked this guy out of a lineup, and he got charged with doing this, and he was arrested. He's waiting to get transported to the Lake County Jail, and those charges were dismissed because a gentleman went to the Hammond Police, and he was complaining about the police, and then he was talking, and a very alert Hammond police officer said, let's go in and talk, because the gentleman was saying some of the same stuff that the paper said. The guys at the front desk complaining about Biden and Holcomb and Pence and all these people trying to get him, and somebody implanted a box and a microchip in his head. And so they're like, wait a minute. And so they bring him into the detective bureau and question him. They said, did you light a fire at the jail? He's like, yeah, I lit a fire at the jail. So then they had to. So this other guy was picked out of a lineup, and this guy didn't really look this guy's booking photos, the guy who confessed to it, they look nothing like him because he was 50 pounds heavier. So they charged the wrong guy because this guy, another guy, was picked out of a lineup, and then now the Hammond police got this guy to confess to doing it. So things go full circle, but
everybody assumes I know everything that's going on in the Hammond Police Department when I know less than 1% because it's not my job to supervise these investigations. But that's a great story you just told me, and I wish I had known that because that's. So my chief right now is like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't tell the mayor this. So. But yeah, I know you got to bounce, John, because you got court.
Thanks, guys.
Hey man, good to see you.
Thank you.
Johnny
Have a good
Law.
day.
All right.
Yeah. Take care.
Did you even get a chance to talk about your hat yet?
Oh, we didn't.
I know. This is like
you
the
were
big
keeping everybody rolling. You said.
I am.
So,
we're gonna. Hey,
the glitter and gems go to.
Hey,
the
John,
background.
we're gonna take that New York story and bounce it to the next show when Kevin's here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tell me about your hat, Jenny. And
Oh, a whole segment for my hat. Listen, no.
Well,
I'm
no,
just
it's like Elton John or the Village People, except for it's
kind of. Yeah, I
totally,
said it was
right?
like I was Elton John's.
Can I put it on?
Baby? Yeah, please. It's pretty rad. So if you're not watching, you should definitely be watching. This is the hat
cool
from All About the Girls. So this was our annual event. I actually was on the show to just. There we go. Yeah, do it. Oh my gosh, it's rad.
Elton.
Is this
It's
like,
rad.
it's supposed to be
Looks like
No, you're
Sergeant
good.
Pepper.
that?
That's
Yeah,
a good.
Sergeant
very
Pepper.
Sergeant
Sergeant Pepper? You like
Yeah,
it?
Sergeant Pepper.
I like it. It's comfortable.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's
It
a little
reminds me-
hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
Because
I have a
I
lot
wear
of hair.
my mayor top hat. Same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Cool.
exactly.
Oh, you should
get it.
bedazzle
But-
the shit out of your top
Oh,
hat.
you
next
should.
year.
I'll
What?
do it for you.
You should bedazzle your top hat.
I
next
know
year.
I'd have to get another one though because I'm not gonna wear that during 219 day bedazzle.
Oh yeah.
I would do.
Why?
You know what? Like, how about this? Like,
Glitter
I
and
can have
gems is
two
never
top
bad.
hats. I'll have one for like funny
When you want to be
occasions with just bedazzled.
gemmed,
right?
and when you don't,
Right.
When you
Like if I
feel
did like a pride
glittered.
event or something like that, I could wear my bedazzled one, right? My bedazzled.
I
top
mean,
hat.
listen, I want to wear
little
bedazzled things on
stereotyping.
Tuesday, so for me,
what?
it's
A
an
little stereotyping.
What are you talking about? I went to a pride event and I wore like a
You
cape.
but you would only wear your bedazzled top hat?
No,
Glitter
There?
is
no.
for
If I went
every
to
day.
a Taylor Swift show, I'd wear my bedazzled top hat. How about that? If
Listen, there are better reasons for the top hat. Court's not it.
right?
The
I would
gems
not.
can come out for other things.
Little
Yeah.
secret, to be honest, I don't wear my top hat very often as mayor.
No?
That's a thing that was like 100 years ago. I think
Man,
I wear it more as a
you
joke.
should get one of those wigs too with the curls.
Powdered wig?
Yeah,
That would be super
I mean, with
cool.
the top hat, it's the only.
That's
way.
what Marissa should do in court.
Yeah.
First off, when they wore powdered wigs, women wouldn't have been on the bench anyway,
No.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think she should come in with a powdered wig. That'd be awesome.
That
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
great.
I'm gonna
We'll
buy
give her
a
this
powdered
hat,
wig.
and she can
Tradition.
wear it.
Yeah, I don't know if she'd
Done.
wear that on the bench.
I don't think she
She's
would.
pretty official. When Marissa goes
She's
on the
very
bench, I don't.
official.
I went in court one time and she didn't even hardly know I was there, and I was in the back with my cell phone, and she made me put it down. I'm like,
I don't
"Okay."
doubt that at all.
Dude, she's hardcore.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I would. Yeah, she scares me. She's awesome.
She scares me too.
Yeah, I bet she
she's-
does.
Yeah, she's 110 pounds of fire.
Fire.
It's
Yeah.
the European.
Yes.
It's the European.
Yeah, so this is
For
the hat
sure.
from All About the Girls. I
I
wore
love
it to
it.
our annual event. I was here promoting it. You guys heard about it.
Cool.
It was cool.
Hey, why don't you pull up Zach? He's gonna be calling in, and then I'll do some quick ads again. Hey, why don't you guys help me with ads this time?
Yeah, let me get
We can
him on
get
the
through
line.
these.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jill, grab this one. You do the first one.
Jill on the ads.
Pick up Zach.
If you missed Cantrell earlier, here's his ad. Cantrell and Cantrell Attorneys at Law. If you're injured or in trouble with the law, give them a call. Schedule your consultation today with somebody who's currently in court right now and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife Kristen make a great team and are waiting to hear from you unless Donald Trump calls him first.
Okay, do the second one also since we only have one copy. And
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business. Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 54 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com, 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
Do you think Kevin left this here on purpose for us because he knew we were screwed?
No, I think it's a happy accident.
Really? Because like I didn't realize that. I thought we were totally covered. Kevin, that's the one thing we miss him about.
Kevin.
He does the ads every show.
Yeah.
I didn't even think.
No, he was setting us up
okay.
to fail. He didn't leave him out.
He was like rubbing his hands together like
Yeah.
they're gonna choke on air, and I'm gonna be here to
They
listen.
can't do this without
They'll
me.
remember they need me.
That's right. We do need you just to print out the ads. Kevin.
See, Mom, I am important.
All right. Kuklakas Law. Are you facing legal challenges and you don't know where to turn? Who are you gonna call? Kuklakas, that's right, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and in Illinois. Do you need representation buying or selling real estate? Do you need help forming your business? Did you get injured in a car crash or at your job? Who are you going to call? Kuklakas. No matter what your legal issue is, call Kuklakas Law at 219-671-6347 for a free consultation. Hablamos Español. Misprint Printing. Misprint specializes in the highest quality signs and printing on time and under budget. Misprint's experience and technology allows them to offer custom, commercial, on-demand printing, sign solutions, and Rick Baltonsberger and his team have served Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana markets for over 30 years. They have 2 convenient locations to serve you in Munster and in Hammond.
All right, Prestmer Insurance Company. The Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located for decades right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. They specialize in a wide variety of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves over 1,000 people and businesses in all Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ronnie, Ron, or Michael at 219-844-0103.
Thanks, Jenny. Hey, Joe, tonight at the Pavilion, we have our first concert of your summer concert series, right?
We do.
You do.
Who's the band tonight?
Together.
Who? Okay,
Ooh,
no.
I even knew that.
Yeah, Together's great.
Together.
They're like a local band? Is that fair?
I think they're a little bigger than local.
Like Chicagoland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
Chicagoland. I
But
know
they're-
they play Hammond a lot. They have a big following.
Huge. I remember when we first started the festival, Together was one of our staples for openers, and they legitimately draw on their own.
What's their genre? What do they tell me about them?
They're
I knew they were
kinda
playing,
like
but I don't know
rock. They do
Yeah.
Spanish, Latin stuff.
Yeah.
and a
Fun.
crossover.
But like
Cool.
like Santana-ish.
Yeah,
Okay.
ish, yeah.
Ish, right. Like it's like
Vibes.
them.
right.
That vibe. Got it.
Cool, but they have
That's
like
rad.
people dancing on stage. It's
Ooh,
like
fun.
Yeah, I want to say 6, 7 people in the band, Joe.
I think they might be up to like 10 at this
Yeah,
Holy
agree.
cow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Like I remember one year. Yeah, they're excellent.
Presentation.
So yeah, it's gonna be a great show. How long do they gonna play, Joe?
They're going to play for 2 hours.
And then what time do they start?
They're starting at 7. Gates open at 6.
And it's free.
And
It
it's
is free.
free.
You can bring your own picnic baskets, including alcoholic beverages.
Really?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Some people might even.
Picnic at the park,
Right.
maybe. A little music.
You
little
need a
dancing.
chair, bring your
Listen.
blanket, but we also
Mushrooms?
have.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could bring mushrooms. That's
Oh,
up to
As long
you.
as we don't know about it.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, right. La 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 la.
Yeah.
Meaning on your
I'm
pizza
not
that
hearing
you
On
put
your
in your
pizza, Johnny,
picnic
thank you.
basket.
Of course.
Hello.
Hey, we have Zach waiting.
Oh, do we?
He's on the line.
Well,
Okay.
fuck Zach. I'm not done yet.
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
Zach's like, huh?
Who is this bitch? So we're actually featuring the Hammond Development Corporation has their kitchen program where they have caterers that can get certified. So we're gonna have a food truck and a suite option for purchase as well. So a different 2 different vendors at each
Nice.
of our shows.
So we got food, we got drinks, we selling beer.
We
or-
cannot.
Okay,
We cannot
so-
legally.
So we're
sell it.
encouraging people just bring your own stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But we also have delicious food for purchase.
But if you don't
And-
have time,
Right.
bring your White Claws
Yeah.
and buy your food there.
Yeah, like picnic basket, right?
Done and done.
And the weather's supposed to be nice tonight.
nice
It's dry.
and cool, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool, but
Perfect.
like, so it'll be cold up there. Not freezing, but it'll be in the 60s.
I think it's
It'll be snuggly weather.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So-
cuddle weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bring a coat and a chair. You can bring
Absolutely.
chairs, right?
Yes, you
Awesome.
need to bring chairs.
Okay. Thanks, Joe. And so we'll be updating every week as your summer concert series progresses. So
Yes.
thanks for putting that together. This is Jill's baby, and it's going to be, you got like Dave Matthews cover band coming. We got,
Correct. We
um,
have Cool in the Gang tribute band coming.
really?
Visions of Santana's in 2 weeks.
Nice.
We have a band
Nice.
straight out of Scotland that's coming
Ooh.
in September.
And Dead cover band?
Straight out of
Next year.
Scotland.
Next
Next
year?
year.
I have to wait a whole freaking year.
I mean, you have seen the real one like 20 times this
I
year.
know.
That's
so.
true.
I know. So. All right. Hey, Zach, what's going on, man?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling a little more dangerous just being on the show.
It's the
I
Midwest
took the
most
call,
dangerous.
and I'm like, yeah, I just felt it.
Yeah, that was a recommendation given to us by Jim Dudlow, who's a marketer. He's like, I think you guys are bigger in Indiana. It's a Midwest thing, so we changed our moniker.
Nice.
Midwest's most dangerous podcast.
Ooh.
Well, we lost
the
Belgium,
Midwest.
but you picked up the Midwest. I mean,
We
that's
did.
A,
We
that's a
started
decent
off
We
on
trade.
lost Belgium?
I don't know.
Son
We
of
haven't
a-
checked.
Well, I heard some rumors about that.
We haven't looked at our stats in months. So Zach was
Ignorance is bliss, I
That's
think, when
right.
it comes to that.
Jenny. Zach was my date on Tuesday. I scooped him up in Indy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did
Right?
you get lucky?
We're not married, Zach.
No.
I don't know if you knew that, but
Yeah.
I'm Jenny Craig Brown and you're
Yeah.
Zach Brown. But
Yes.
Oh no way!
Good
I
to talk
didn't
to
even
you.
put
Yeah.
that together. Yeah.
we don't know each other.
Zach's,
so
have
it's
you?
not-
You know,
it's not
Zach
weird.
was my campaign manager.
I don't think I've met you.
From my
have I?
U.S.
No,
Senate
I
race.
don't think so.
No.
Hey Zach, you having any trouble getting clients after that U.S. Senate race?
It's been rough out there, man.
Really?
You know, I just follow the dead around now, basically.
Yeah, that's
I don't
awesome.
really have I don't really have a
Unemployed.
job anymore.
Really? Well, you know, it's not your fault. You had a shitty client in the Senate race. It wasn't your fault, dude.
Everybody I talk to, I give an interview and they just say, "What a sad display that was." What was the Todd?
Yeah, but John, what is
a
that?
sad display that was.
John?
What an unfortunate
Come on, Des,
presentation
you got
that
to be
just
ready
was.
with the drops, man.
What
That
an
was good.
unfortunate presentation.
What
that
an
just was.
There it is. Unfortunate presentation.
I don't think Zach can hear our third party audio,
yeah?
by the way.
Oh yeah, are you doing it? I couldn't hear that. My
Zach
bad.
was like,
It's hilarious, Zach.
it is hilarious. Zach was
I'm
like,
here. It's funny.
during the campaign, because like I think in a lot of ways I'm an easy client. In a lot of ways I'm a challenging client. Is that fair, Zach?
I'll put it this way: I enjoy LockPod more now that you're not on the ballot
I'll
than
put
I
it
did.
this way.
Than I
Yeah.
did.
But like Zach, I totally respect Zach, and he's like, even though how much older am I than you, Zach?
15 years, 10
Yeah.
years. Yeah, let's
So
say
like
10.
I'm way older than this dude,
He's
right?
like, 10.
And
10.
Jack is
Yeah,
like-
you're right. 10.
So like a couple times I messed up, and I did like overreacted.
Don't we
and-
all?
But I was under a lot of pressure, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say I like lashed out at somebody, and it was totally uncalled for. And I didn't at the time. I thought I was like legit, and I lashed out, and then it turns out I was totally wrong. So like the
even
reason I
worse.
lashed out was totally like based on faulty assumptions, right?
Huh.
And I'm not going to get into
Sounds
particulars
familiar.
of what happened. Sounds familiar, but like Zach calls me up, and he's like a upset dad. He's
Okay.
not like yelling or anything. He's just like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And I like tell him why I did what I did.
Did he
and
say he was disappointed in
yeah,
you?
he did.
Oh my
he was
God.
like you
not
could just
mad,
tell
I'm
it in his voice. He's just like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just like disappointed, right?
Did he say that after every LockPod episode?
And how did that make you feel?
It made me sad. Like I was like, God damn, this guy's 15 years younger than me, and I'm like, I feel like I let him down.
Yeah. Well,
Is
just
that-
so
is
we're
that your
clear,
style,
you
Zach?
did.
You can never
You
let
did.
me down.
Is that your style, Zach? Is like you shame your clients into
Absolutely.
Submission. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
He's-
just shame them, and then they get
But
on it.
He's married to a rock star woman too. His wife, Allie, is the vice president, Zach, of the
No.
Indiana-
No. She's just a member of the Indianapolis City Council.
Oh, okay. I thought she was in leadership. I apologize.
Still pretty rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome.
No.
She's awesome.
She didn't even have an opponent when she ran, right?
That's right. Yeah, that is right. Yeah, she doesn't have an opponent right now. We'll see what happens. They got a little bit of time here to change that. But
Mhm.
Zach,
At
were you
the
working
moment,
harder
right
on
now,
her
it's-
campaign than Mayor's? Is
that
that
what
why she
happened?
won?
You know what? She's mad because she always feels like she gets kind of the short straw when it comes to my time when it on campaign.
During the campaign,
She
she
felt-
did
yeah.
get the short straw. Yeah, let's be honest. there.
Yeah.
I'd call him up at
Yep.
like 10:30 at night, and he'd like answer right away.
Aye.
And I'd hear Allie in the background, and I'm like, "Hi, Councilwoman," and she's like, "Arr."
I'm sorry.
Angrily
She's like,
walking
"Yeah,
out
we
of the
sleep
room.
at 11 o'clock, Mayor." You know,
Flowers are in
no.
the mail,
Allie
along with
loves
some
me.
steaks.
And
Yeah.
the Allie's from the region, by the way. Did you know
Okay.
that?
No.
You
I
should
don't know her.
honestly.
Allie
all the-
Brown?
Allie, yeah. She. What was her maiden name?
Zeidervliet.
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't know that. I
Right.
like it.
She out of
She was
Whoa.
one. She was one
coolest
of like
name.
7 Zeidervliets in the whole world. I think.
Zeidervliet.
Zeidervliet.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
AZ.
a Dutch last name.
That's
Yeah.
freaking
It's
crazy
incredible.
initials, right?
I'm over here being Jenny Craig. She's got it made.
Zeidervliet.
Zeidervliet.
But
Well, we made her name a little bit easier to put on a yard sign. So,
Brown.
Yeah. Now you just go. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
from A to Z.
So she's rad, it sounds like.
She was a shot putter, right, Zach?
Ooh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Shot putter at Portage High, and then
And then went to
Ball State.
D1 athlete.
Okay, so we should definitely have her on the podcast.
She's
My
badass.
podcast, all
She's
about
badass.
the girls.
She's been on.
Yeah, she's
Lock
been
Clock.
on Lock Clock. She
Right.
came
Okay.
in live, I think, once.
Yeah, so she didn't even have an opponent. She grew up in the region, moved to Indy, ran for office, and
Wow.
got elected, and now she's running for re-election. Nobody even ran against her.
Yeah.
She's a
Incredible.
badass.
They know
Yeah.
they can't win.
But like, so Zach is her campaign manager also, so he's got great clients. Other than me, but
I have a question for Zach. Zach's obviously you're a established and rising star in the campaign management, political consulting sphere. You're a titan.
I
some would
was.
say.
I was doing okay until a minute ago, last year. But
I would love your.
shitty client, Zach. Just keep on. I never even listened to me.
I would love Zach's prediction on if Newsom is going to throw his hat in the ring.
Hey,
Well,
that's a good one. Zach sent me
actually,
some TikToks.
I was going to say, Tom. Yeah, did you see that TikTok I sent you? I sent it to Vez too, which I think is why he's asking me this.
Vez, could you pull that up?
Yes,
Oh, do you have it? Nice.
I do, and I don't know that you're going to be able to hear it, but let me know
That's
when you want
right.
me to play it, guys.
Well, okay, hold. Zach, do you want to say anything, or do you want to play it first, Zach?
Oh no, I mean, yeah, you can play it in a minute. I sent this clip. It's going kind of viral on TikTok, and it's of Hannity and Gavin Newsom, and Newsom just kind of destroys Hannity, to be honest with you. And so I sent it to Tom because we always talk about this guy, and he's kind of come out of nowhere to captivate a lot of Democrats, I think.
The thing about Gavin that I love him and how he appears on Fox News and how much of a badass he is. And then I go back to California and I talk to people I grew up with and I hate him. And these are people I grew up with. It's like,
Well, he almost got recalled, right? I mean, last year, like a year
it's
and a
crazy.
half ago, 2 years
in
ago.
California. But
Wow.
California is so crazy right now. And I mean, is it Gavin's fault? That's the question you have to ask yourself, because this guy is a badass candidate for president. But then you go back to San Francisco or you go back to LA and you're like, damn, like. So I
lighting him
don't
on
know. Let's
fire.
play it real quick. Zach, you're probably not gonna be able to hear this. We'll explain what happened.
That's
okay?
right. Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah.
Okay, here it goes.
I don't want him to
What he's been
fail.
able to accomplish.
I think his policies are failing.
CHIPS Act, Science Act, do you oppose that?
I will tell you on every measure, from the economy, inflation, borders, energy, national security, he's missing in action.
Let's talk about them in order.
Well, hang on.
Wait, but I
no,
want
no.
to challenge the premise. You said the economy, 13.1 million jobs he's created. More.
These are post-COVID jobs.
Okay.
You know that.
Well,
I mean,
well,
that's an artificial number.
No. Then let me stipulate this as an opportunity to engage civilly on this.
Okay.
Fair point. Your president, Donald Trump, lost 2.6 million jobs during his 4 years. We've created 13.1 million. Fine, you can maintain a COVID frame. How about the fact that Joe Biden's created more jobs, 6 times more jobs than the previous 3 Republican presidents combined?
Are you going to tell me
Hey, John,
that
could you
the
stop real quick?
average family, where we have 2/3 of Americans,
So Zach, could you hear that first off?
No.
Okay, so Gavin, the clip we just played, he's on Hannity. This is the first one you sent me. He's literally like defending Joe Biden the entire time he's talking to Hannity. He's literally talking about the CHIPS Act, how many jobs Joe Biden created, and he's doing a very I think the average person that looks at that's not political would say Gavin Newsom is totally protecting the president. Jenny, is that fair?
Yeah.
You
Fair.
get that vibe?
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
Jill, you feel the same
Yeah.
way?
Yes.
Totally protecting the president. John? Okay. I look at it and I'm like, I think he's full of shit. I think he's running for president, and I don't think he wants people to think he's running for president. That's what I get when I look at it. Zach, how do you feel when you look at it?
I don't think he's running against Biden.
Really?
Whoa.
You think he's running?
I think he's kind of, he wants to be the guy in case he gets the call. You know what I mean? I think
So like Biden decides at the last second
decides
not to run.
He passes on it or something like that, and we need a candidate. I feel like Newsom is well positioned to be that guy, but there's no way he runs. I mean, I don't think
You're saying he's not
there
gonna
won't be a
challenge.
serious Democrat running against Joe Biden next
So
year.
there, he's
There's
not
just
going
no
to.
way.
You're saying he's not going to challenge him in a primary, but
No.
you're saying he's setting himself up in case Joe Biden decides at the last second not to run. Then it's going to be a scramble. Kamala Harris will be running. I imagine. Pete Buttigieg will be
And I
running.
mean, and even 4 years from now, we know it'll be an open seat, right? So everybody's kind of, it's you become a lame duck president really quickly these days. Sometimes you do it before you win your second term, even, right?
Right.
Like people are just lining up to get your
To
job
replace
next
you.
time, right? So yeah, I think that's what this. I don't see him running. I don't think any serious Democrat will honestly run because there's no institutional support for that, right?
And
Right. They won't even allow debates.
Right.
Democratic Party won't even allow anyone to debate Biden.
But then again, that's
Yeah.
what they did 4 years ago, John.
Fine, but it's fucking crazy.
It is crazy, but okay. We're gonna watch the next clip, so we're gonna go dark again. Zach, we'll be right back as soon as it's done. This is the next clip.
Can't have this conversation. He's not capable of it. Now my question is a serious one.
All right.
Okay, is Joe Biden up to the job of being president?
Yeah, but I don't think he's capable. I know he's capable. I see results. I've seen a masterclass in results the last few years. You don't see the results on the CHIPS Act. You don't see the results on the infrastructure. You had Infrastructure Week every week for 4
CHIPS Act,
years.
we're still importing them all from Taiwan, which is about to be taken over by China.
We had $4 billion proof point just here in California with Applied Materials, bringing semiconductor investment back here in the state of California. My point being,
we're going to talk about
real results, but bipartisan results, real results. Jobs programs. The IRA, I know you don't like it. I mean, hundreds of billions of dollars in green energy investment, mostly in red states. You're the biggest beneficiary of the IRA.
He raised taxes on oil, gas, coal, pensions, and, quote, taxes corporations. Corporations don't pay taxes. They pass the cost.
Huh. Another total defense of the Biden administration, saying that Biden is a master, like politician. Basically, he ran a master class on being the president, and we don't show it, but a little bit further on, he talks about Kevin McCarthy in really inflammatory language, saying Biden played the Speaker of the House and made him look foolish, right?
Yeah,
and he totally did. By the way, you know what's scary about this? Newsom. This interview's on Fox News with Hannity, and stuff we didn't play. Newsom played a very centrist kind of position. He talked about there's a homeless problem in California, offered no solutions, of course. He actually praised Trump a little bit, how him and Trump had a really good relationship. But we have Kevin's brother in here not too long ago who talks about the insanity of California under Newsom.
Right.
So I think this is really like a wolf in sheep's clothing type thing, and it's pretty scary if you ask me.
John, you just said something that's important. So Matt Smith, fan of the show, friend of the show, Kevin's brother, famous L.A., grew up in a conservative family. Same family Kevin grew up in.
Got it.
Kevin's on the left. I think Matt would be best described as a moderate. He can go either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he is a Gavin Newsom hater, right, John?
Yes.
He doesn't like what's going on in California. He blames the governor for it. So I listen to Matt say that, and I take it with a grain of salt. And then I go home to California, where I grew up, in Northern California. I grew up with Democrats, like blue collar, hardworking, Democrats. And when I go home, like guys that play country music, guys that play like Leonard Skinner, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of crowd I grew up in. Doobie Brothers. I go home, and 75% of the people I grew up with are Republican now. They're Trump supporters. They're anti-Gavin Newsom. It's crazy. We're back in California. So that's the thing is, with me, I see this guy. I think he's excellent. But then everybody I grew up with is like against him, He
doesn't win.
He might be a little too slick to win the country over at the end of the day. I mean, are a lot of people going to want to vote for a San Francisco progressive, right? Which is what it'll be framed as, whether or not, whether or not he wants that label or not, right? That's what people will say. But it is interesting though, Zach, that he's taking the Pete Buttigieg approach of going into like the lion's den, right? And being like, I'm just going to stand up to these guys, and that's going to win me a lot of fans. And it worked for Pete, and it seems to be working for him, because when I sent you that TikTok, man, it had been viewed like millions of times already. Yeah. And I think it just happened a couple days ago.
Hey, Zach, Gavin Newsom and I we met each other back in the day. He was elected mayor of San Francisco the same exact year I was elected mayor of Hammond. We have, not so much now, but back then we looked a lot alike. We combed our hair the same way, everything. We met each other at U.S. Conference of Mayors, talked for a few minutes. I've always followed this guy, and I've loved him. Thought he was a badass. He was such a brave politician as a mayor. He started marrying gay couples, way early. Way before the U.S. Supreme Court, way before it was socially acceptable. That guy right there changed America. He was the first mayor that did it. He was brave as hell. And now it's something we take for granted because the U.S. Supreme Court ratified it. But Gavin Newsom was way on Front Street on that issue. Mayor of San Francisco, first politician in America, in the world, well, in America, that married gay couples. So he is a brave SOB, man. I would not mess with this guy. I think he's a badass. He could definitely run and make waves, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, he survived that recall that everyone thought he was going to lose. And it seemed like all the momentum was against him in California for a while. Like you're saying, everybody was just kind of anti-Newsom. And then I think he came out and won that recall like 65-35 or something. It was not really that close.
My favorite national Democrat, other than Buttigieg, he's my guy. But
love him.
Other than Buttigieg, my favorite national Democrat is not even a national Democrat. He's a former congressman from Texas, Beto. I love
Beto.
I love Beto.
It's just nice to see and this is what I gleaned from the from
I think
the
he's
comments.
Kennedy-like.
God, I'm getting
What's
nauseous.
that, Zach? Well, I was just saying, and I kind of gleaned this from the comments. I think a lot of Democrats right now are just kind of like they're thirsty for somebody who will do this kind of thing, right? Who will go and take these guys that we see as the baddies, right? The Fox News hosts and whatever, and go put them in their place, basically, and go be the smartest guy in the room and tell them what's what. And I don't know if our side does that very well very often. And so I think that's kind of what's refreshing to a lot of people about Newsom. But I don't know, man, time will tell. It's going to be a packed field by the time he does run for president. I think he will run in 4 years.
Yeah,
but it's
no
going to
doubt
be a
about
packed field. I mean, he'll be against Pete, right? Probably. He'll be against Kamala Harris, who he kind of came up with, right? They were always like friendly rivals, I guess, maybe unfriendly, who knows? But
that's just 3.
They were
there'll be like 20 people running in 4 years. There'll be like 20 people.
Maybe Tom McDermott.
Tom McDermott and Zach. We'll get the band back together.
Let's
go on
do
the road. We'll coordinate campaign stops with dead stops.
Well, I was gonna say exactly. We'll follow the dead through Iowa. And
oh my God!
It's so weird. For some reason, they're going to they're going to North Dakota. Like, what's it like? It's a weird place.
Strategy. I don't know what they're doing.
Sorry, we
literally following Dead Company.
Dead's actually in Virginia, so we're not gonna.
That's hilarious.
It's an ingenious way, Zach, to write off all of our campaign expenses and go to Dead shows.
We'll be getting all these like features from like the Atlantic about like what a just a regular guy, right? Just
right.
Following the dead.
He's like wearing a Dead shirt to campaign stops. They're like, what is this dude?
Is this man your ex-president? And just a photo of you with like the thumbs up.
So anyway, everything else, you got anything else, Zach?
No, not really. I'm rooting for Cantrell to pass his interview at Mar-a-Lago later this week.
That was.
I get why he doesn't want to live there. You'd have to move all the boxes just to go to the bathroom. But than that,
you can work and live in the same room.
Well, that's true.
I think I know Johnny
Especially
Law.
if it's the bathroom.
Johnny Law very well. He would do it. I know he would. He'd be so like.
He'd be great at it. Not only would he do it, he'd be great.
Johnny is one of the best criminal defense lawyers in the region, no doubt about it. Like one of the top 2 or 3 for sure. Like he's a badass, and he's been doing it. Like he focused on criminal law when he got out of law school. He's been doing it for 25 years, and he's as quick as he is in the studio. Imagine that guy in court when he's working on your case. He's a good guy to have.
Johnny would keep Trump out of prison.
He's what, Jill?
He's an evil genius.
He is an evil genius.
I'll call him if I ever get into trouble.
Yeah, if you ever get in trouble. Honestly, like Johnny's really good. He was my law partner, and we were a good team. You know what the interesting dynamic about Johnny and I when we were partners? It's like Kevin and my partnership in reverse. Okay. So when Johnny and I were partners, I was Kevin for sure. I was the guy like, "What are you doing, dude?" Like, well, and then when I became mayor, I transitioned over, and Kevin became me, and I became Johnny in our relationship. So
there you go.
Yeah. So
is that candle still? Is that candle still burning?
It smells like Gwyneth Paltrow so much in here.
I'm gonna have a lot of explain to do when I get home. So I'm gonna be covered in this vagina scent.
Are you rolling in this?
Do you smell like? Do you smell like flowers? Hey Zach,
what's her name?
Why do you have wax on you? I don't understand.
Hey Zach, wasn't Shakedown Street awesome in Cincinnati? By the way.
Oh, that was crazy, man. That was. So that was my second Dead show ever, right? And the other one was kind of half of a show.
Yeah, because
we did it after. Speaking of campaigning and doing Dead shows, we did it after a campaign.
So you were doing what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, but we got there. We thought we got there in the first set, but we got there in the second set. Literally 2/3 of the show was done by the time we got there. It sucked. We paid full price. I was just in the last third of the Dead show is usually trippy, slow. So we got there right as they started doing that, and it wasn't wonderful. But that was Zach's
not
first.
On their level.
So I picked Zach up, and we went to Shakedown Street, which is like the little area where you shop for Dead shows. And there's basically no laws in Shakedown Street. And
it was wild, man. It's an interesting scene.
It is. I'm telling you.
I want to see that.
Because, like, let's say for instance, I don't think weed's legal in Ohio, but you go to Shakedown Street. Weed's legal on Shakedown Street.
Okay.
It's like not just you could like do anything you want on Shakedown Street. The cops literally
the sights
avoid.
to be seen.
It's
the people watching's got to be
How about
grand.
I've been to 3 official Dead shows, and then I went to on this tour, and I've seen people I saw on previous stops, and then they saw me. I went up and talked to him because I bought like a hat a couple shows ago, and I went up and talked to the guy, and it was so cool. Like these people literally follow him from stop to stop.
That's the thing. That's what's cool about the Dead is that they've got, how do you create the fan base? They figured it out long ago.
That's right.
And still have it now.
That's right.
And are there? I don't know. Don't punch me.
That's right. I'm not. I won't punch you. I promise.
Don't be mad.
Yeah.
How many are original? Are there any?
3 on this
3.
tour.
Okay,
Right.
I didn't know that. And how many are there total right now? Because same thing. I know there's
7,
a lot of them.
right, Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like at least 6 for sure.
Because they have 2 drummers. And
Well,
then
they
have
added John Mayer, so who really cares about anyone else on that stage?
Well, Jill, honestly, that's how I mean.
He's phenomenal.
So freaking good.
Whoever's on the
I love
keyboard now is crushing it.
He
was
awesome.
great, man.
He's an original.
Okay.
He's original.
Yeah.
I love John Mayer. I'm like man crush guy. Like
Interesting. I would have not guessed that.
I love him. Like I cried a little bit at New Orleans when he came out. I cried a little bit.
I remember you mentioning that. I
Yeah.
think at our
Yeah.
game show or something. But yeah, for sure.
Like, I'm not like being funny about it. I literally was like getting choked up. Marissa's like, "Are you crying?" I'm like, "No,
No, you're crying.
It's really dry in here.
Yeah, I cry at a lot of things. By the way, I cry at Hamilton.
I have allergies.
Yeah,
It's fine.
It was awesome. So
Do you find that you cry more as you got older?
yeah, I
talk
definitely
about
cry
this with
more.
Chris a lot.
I'm cool. Like I'm really in touch with myself. I don't know if that's. I really no. Honestly, I'm like totally comfortable in my own
I'm
skin.
Hand
uncomfortable.
into that vagina candle.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It's the candle.
The candle gets me in touch with myself. I love this candle. This candle is a $140 candle, kicks ass. So
Is this our longest lockpot ever?
It
I was
also
just
came
gonna
on,
say,
am
I was literally gonna
No.
say, John. I was like, Kevin's not
No.
here, and the
No.
show's just gonna go forever.
by the
We
way,
got so much
Kevin's
to say, you
pacing.
guys.
He's pacing in his hotel room right now. Why are they still on?
Tom's got a 9 a.m. He's gonna be late.
Kevin
Make
is the
sure
guy-
they blow out the candle.
Dude,
I left out the commercials on purpose.
I'm getting texts.
Kevin,
By the
are
way,
you guys still
all gonna
going?
use his bathroom now that he's not?
I am going to go downstairs and use the bathroom on the way out. So just defile this place. But hey, man, thanks for coming on the show. We had
Absolutely.
when Kevin's not here, I make sure to make it action packed. Obviously, we had Johnny Law in here, and he did a great job. Jenny, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on the show. We appreciate you being here. Of course, Jill crushed it as she usually does. Jay Vez, perfect. Skyping, guests coming and going. You're the man.
Boom.
And then, of
Always.
course, Zach, thank you for calling in. We missed you. This is your first time on this season, and I love you, man. I think you're an awesome campaign manager. Even though you don't sponsor ads on Lockpod, I'll still like advertise your business. He's got a.
We'll call it even, right?
I was at his office. It's a really nice building. He's got an office, got a sign, all that. I'm like, damn, that's awesome.
Zach,
like-
you can tell how much he loves you because he actually picked you up to go to the concert
Yep.
that he said he was going to take you to.
Yeah,
I was
and
gonna
I was
take
on
you,
the
Joe.
show.
Oh, there's a story behind this that I wanna know.
I held
I-
up the show. So
By the way, I was going to take Jill on a date. Marissa was out of town,
Okay.
and Taylor Swift was in town.
Yeah.
I had the Lockpod credit card authorization to buy 2 Taylor Swift tickets. Obstructed view, but nonetheless.
Obstructed view.
But listen, we're going to get there.
And then he said, well, we're going to go there, but I'm just going to walk around. But obviously, we're going to leave early.
So I'm like,
And then the day of,
so like,
nothing happened.
This is, oh, and you
It's
you
as
didn't
it
go
turns
at
out,
all?
no, because Jill shot me down. You know, she like, I was
Publicly.
on the air like proposing to take her on a date, and she's like, "No, I don't want to go." And I'm like, "What? Seriously?"
What
I got
if
shot
you
down
made
live.
it not a date?
I know. I think.
I mean,
I don't
maybe
think
you
that's
could've
what the
just
issue
been
was,
like,
honestly.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought that was
right.
the issue.
So yeah. Oh, I like that
Look at
hat,
this. I'm
Look at
already getting
this.
like
Oh my
texts
gosh.
with this screenshot.
dude. I look like I'm in the
I'm
Village
sorry,
People all day.
I didn't. I love it.
I do too.
I think
yeah.
it's a good look for you.
Fantastic.
I don't know if
Dude,
pink's
that's
your color.
awesome.
I think you should go a different color.
I like
but
it. I like it. I'm wearing my Strider shirt with my pink. All about the girls.
Striders.
Love it.
Thank
So,
you, Marissa.
Thank you, Marissa, for sending that picture. And thank you, everybody,
Oh
for
my
listening to
gosh,
Lockpod.
thank
Thank
you,
you, Zach, for
Marissa.
calling in. And Zach, come back on the show before the end of the season, please. So
yeah, absolutely,
and-
anytime.
and Kevin's the one that always kills the show early, so in Kevin's spirit, we'll go ahead and knock off a little late. But thank you for listening to Lockpod, the Midwest's most dangerous podcast. We're coming live to you from Smith Sursick in Munster, Indiana. We will be back on Tuesday with the same shenanigans. We appreciate you all. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and all that. Lockpod is out. Take care, everybody.
Bye.